So, welcome to No Shame, episode 33. 33. I have to say 33.
33.
Like Shanto in the house, you know. Can you say 33, Shanto?
33.
33.
I can drag it out if you want.
Go on, give us it.
33.
So, if you don't know, Shanto is you create skits.
Yeah.
You would have seen Shadden, the old woman from Finland.
Yeah,
Is she
she's
from
the old
Finland?
one. I don't know where she's from. I think where you want her to be from. If you're from a common area in Dublin, you can just say it. Yeah, she's from where I live. Yeah.
Her real name is Enya, of course. But just before this, you do what's the character's name in with that does with the one with Rory?
So I'm just myself with Rory.
Oh, are
yeah.
you?
So I'm just Enya. Yeah.
So you're Enya with Rory?
Yeah, and he's Rory. So like,
You're not really like that, though, eh?
What?
You're not really like that.
No, I'm just a bit kind of an exaggerated version of myself.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so
That's actually scary.
I know, yeah. Oh, you have to be like, because everyone always says all he's doing is arguing them videos, and we're like, but that's all couples do, like, yeah.
So we had Rory from Rory Stories on as well. Now, Enya is actually a little bit calmer, because when Rory was on the first 5 minutes, we were just saying there, sweating her out, he was sweating her out on the couch. I was like, are you all right there, Rory? With him. But he was panicking a little bit. So how do you get into this? I was fascinated with this as well with him. I was like, the idea of us starting off where you're in your room, and it's kind of like the first little generation of people that have created content from their phones.
Yeah,
from their phones.
Because when I started doing it, there wasn't a lot of people doing it. I think there was only like 1 or 2 like people doing it in Ireland. And when I seen that, I was like, because when I grew up, I was kind of like always the funny person in class. You know what I mean? And like I wasn't trying to be funny. I just wanted to be like
the class clown. Yeah.
Yeah, the class clown. But like. And I never ever thought of doing comedy.
I was a clown too. Pleased to meet you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, class clowns meet up.
But yeah, like
fuck yous, yeah. Look where you're at now.
Yeah, exactly. The teachers that said
the
we
class
announced
clown was the way to go. Sorry, I had to lock that in. The 2 class clowns were saying like, "Just doing alright, we're doing alright for ourselves."
Yeah, we did. Like,
I don't know where all the other maths heads and all that.
We're all the scholars now.
We're all the scholars now, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like Kanye West says, you know, the leave insert is keeping them warm. I have one insert as well, though.
Yeah, they're paying for the car.
You were so you were the first kind of wave of, as I said, that people coming through that. Well, what is it even called?
I don't even know. Like, but I think that's the way it's gone now. I mean, look at Netflix and all. Like, everything's online. I think
everyone owning their own content as well is really good, because it's gonna bring a lot of people forward, especially people like say like famous people or like popular from it. They control their own content, so they control themselves in a way.
Exactly, yeah. Because I remember, like, I did a marketing degree, and I went and did an internship in this media buying company. So they, like, basically buy space on, like, TV programmes for ads and stuff. And, like, they had these statistics where they were like, nobody's watching telly anymore. Everybody's just watching Netflix and online. So that just kind of proves that, like, people aren't watching telly anymore. They're just looking online now.
It's starting to change. I think Coronation Street is probably the only thing that gets watched now, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. And even my man sits in the kitchen and watches that on her phone, like on demand, like.
Does she?
Yeah, she like my man had to pay a TV licence the other day, and I was like, none of us fucking watch it, like.
You know what? When I hear you tell you a funny story, when I was out in the gym here, right? There's a TV licence and all this, but there's another one called like a public licence, right? So you have to play music in the gym. You have to pay money, right?
Yeah.
And I went down to the guy downstairs, and I was pissed off. I was this day, and he was. I shouldn't have grilled him like this, but he came down, and he's like, "Yeah, guess how much it is? €900 a year.
What?
To play music."
Are you serious?
To play music, yeah. And I turned around and was like, "There's no music on in the gym," and he's like, "Well, the telly's on there. You know what I mean? That's a fucking telly, mate." I said to him, like, "That's a television license." He's like, or I'm not going to even mention that one to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. And I was like, you're coming here and asking me for €900 to play music. I haven't even opened the door yet. Like, the business hasn't even started yet. And I mean, he was like, will I come back next week? Will I? Petrified. But £900 a year it is.
That's stupid.
And you're a poor man getting whacked out for the
160, yeah.
For the television license?
Yeah.
Did she not get the stamps?
No, like that she hits me and my brother then, you wouldn't pay for it, which I was like, I don't even watch the telly, like I watch Netflix and all that.
Would you pay the television? That's what she says.
Yeah, would you pay it for me? Oh yeah, we always get the guilt trip, we do.
Pay
me bins. I don't throw anything in the bin and you use
That's not what she is saying.
Yeah, everything's use and
you
use
think
pay
you need
for
a new
it.
character in your house. A new character in your house. A dodge the bill Sally or something
the
like
bum,
that.
yeah.
Because there always is one of them as well.
Yeah, there is.
Use it. And you say, man, I'm stuffing all the cardboard.
Yeah.
So originally you from Neilstown, eh?
Neilstown and
It's not
Clondalkin,
even
yeah.
far. Not far from us.
No, it's only down the road,
No,
yeah.
it's a great little state. Let's stay like my own.
Yeah, I know, but like I wouldn't be who I was today now if I wasn't from an area like that.
Oh, 100%. I call them council estates.
Yeah, they are, like, and
that's just what they are.
a lot of great people came from council estates.
Really?
Like Bernard Dunn lived on my road.
Did he?
Bernard
Who's
Dunn,
he?
the boxer. You know
No,
that? I was like, oh shit, I have to explain it.
I remember many days in the Abbey when Bernard was fighting in his little career. And I knew what it was like to be on the other side, because when we were coming up, I kind of had, shit, that must be what like it feels like. There's pubs packed everywhere. And so in the back of my head, I'm thinking, like, there's pubs packed when we were walking the cages to fight.
Yeah.
So, but Bernard Dunn, I remember standing in the pub, excited.
I remember his world title. Like,
do you remember that?
I think I was only like 14 at the time. Like, yeah.
What a great dude. You know what I mean? And he goes back to his the housing estate and helps out.
Yeah. Oh no, he
Matches
does.
boxing club, I think, is it?
Yeah.
Is it Matthew?
I think that is. Yeah, I think where is it? It's not the one. It's not in Crumlin, I don't think, is it? No. I don't know where it is.
Because there's an Easttown boxing club as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only across the road from me. But yeah, like his next door neighbours, like they're all involved in that. Like, do you know what I mean? Growing up, like all of them were like boxers. They just all hung around with each other. But yeah, like he only grew up across the road from me. Like his man still lives there, but he does, like he did great now out of the estate. And like there's a lot of other people who started their own little gyms and that. Like they all, you know, not everyone went down the wrong roads.
No, listen, I think it's very few people that go down the wrong road, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think very few people go down the wrong road, but they, like everything, that's probably the news that catches on, you know what I mean? Because
a lot of people say to me, like, oh, it's great to see someone from the estate doing well, and like, people do genuinely be delighted for you,
yeah,
you know?
I love that, isn't it great, isn't it?
And it's sad because it's almost like they're shocked to see someone come out of that estate and do something well, because there's so much kind of negative, like stigma attached to being from a council estate.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You become a guiding light.
Yeah, exactly.
I had one of the young fellas in the other day. His name's Glenn. He plays for Liverpool, Glenn McCauley, and he's over there playing for the under-23s Liverpool. Like I know he was mad. I know his man really well. He came down to have a little word with me, and I was mad excited for him, because I was like, I remember putting my jumpers down, you know what I mean, and like playing football all day long. And everyone, what do you want to be? I want to be professional footballer on the ground. Like, and this kid's still in his 20s, and he did it.
Yeah.
And then he's over there playing now. But then I'm asking him about the other sides of it as well. Like, is it hard? Because obviously it's hard to go away. Everyone just sees, like, sure, you're a footballer. You can't.
I hear that from a lot of footballers that go abroad. It's a lonely experience as well. Yeah.
They meet up, I think, it's at 8:30 in the morning or something like that every day, and like they end up getting like kind of like rubbed out and stretched out and get their injuries chest, and then they go and have breakfast, and then they go and have like a team meeting, then they go and do a training session, then they come back, and then they leave at 3 o'clock in the day. Like, so it's a day's work.
Yeah.
And then you're playing on the weekend, and then you can imagine the amount of time you're travelling as well. But he's a great little kid. Anyway, hopefully he gets up and gets us into the World Cup, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
I'd love to be in the World Cup with you. It's not horrible, isn't it?
The absolute buzz. Like, I remember when like Robbie Brady scored that goal.
Oh, stop.
Who it was against Italy? It was.
I think it
wasn't
was against
it?
Italy, yeah.
Oh, I remember being in the pub for that.
I was too ecstatic, shaking.
Yeah,
that I
it was
forgot who it was.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like I remember when Robbie Keane scored a goal against, which isn't getting old now. I remember back in 1990.
Was it?
No, it was in 1998, I think it was. Wasn't it?
2002 World Cup,
2002
Germany.
World Cup, yeah. And Robbie Keane scored in the 93rd minute against Oliver Kahn, which was like the German keeper, and we beat Germany. And we went through. I remember being in a pub and blessing them. Like, remember where you were and all this stuff. I remember kicking it. I jumped up and kicked like I was only a kid. I wasn't even allowed to drink alcohol. Like, so. No, I was.
I wasn't allowed, but I did anyway.
I kicked over like a Ribena thing, and some woman was going mad at me. She was like, and everyone's cheering. And I remember this going, "Shut up, Mrs." Right in the middle of the pub, and she was livid, like bulling, yeah. But no one would believe it. It was in the middle of the day. I was like, "Shut up, this."
Yeah.
Just that, but you remember all of that, wouldn't you? Like,
yeah, like the country just like I remember seeing those clips on YouTube, like the walking down roundabout. Did you see that?
That was mental.
What was that the same? No,
that was World Cup '94.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's from England. Like, so England are in the World Cup, like, I have to hide in the
it's coming home.
She comes into the kitchen and I'm behind the counter. I'm not even getting into it today, I'm not. But the other day, I wasn't cheering them on, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
There's time loads of people.
No, like it's as much as like your next door neighbour, like it's still like, oh, I don't want them to do it. 'Cause you never. That's what my fella said. You're never gonna hear the end of it. Never gonna hear the end of it if they win.
No matter what, Ireland are always going to want to see England losing. You know what I mean?
and vice versa, like.
Things like football, war,
Yeah.
you know, all that stuff, and you want to see England losing. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Tell us a few crazy stories growing up in Nailstown, because Nailstown is an electric estate.
Yeah, it is. Not like I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of the inspiration for my characters comes from there. Do you know what I mean? Like Shanto, my character, is actually based on some of the relationships around my estate. Like some of the stuff that I'd see on Facebook.
Really?
Like one of the lines that I'd always say as my character is my Anto. You know, like she'd be an out and out scumbag, but she'd like kiss the ground he walks on. Like he's an angel in her eyes. You know, so. Like there was this girl I was friends with, but I always like bump into her, but I'd never ever say it to her. Like, and she is literally like the inspiration for Shanto, yeah. Well, I won't say her name, but like she would always be putting on Facebook like say our fella was like Jay or something. His name isn't Jay. See my Jay and all, going up to see him in prison and all. Like people just have no shame.
Yeah,
I don't do that. Like
mad, isn't it?
Poxy guards searching me with me kids with me and all. It's like they have no shame. Like no. So that's where like I get all that.
The entitlement I find, like when you hear some comments, I'm like, really? Like I remember hearing someone walking past my house. Me bollocks, am I getting arrested? It's a Friday.
Only have to get me down. Like,
I try not to get arrested every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think days of the week.
Not just on Fridays.
Not just on Fridays. And when any of these people know, like, you're just taking inspiration from the environment that you're living in.
But like, yeah, like I bump into them and like I was just having a conversation with them, and the amount of people that would turn around to be like, "No, don't put that one in our videos," and I'd be like, "No, I won't." And I'd be like, "Oh, I know me content for next week anyway."
Yeah, you're getting it.
Yeah, but like you wouldn't believe the amount of people that you do me, and you just be having a normal conversation with them, and they'd be like, "Oh, don't put that one in your videos," and I'm like, "Yeah, don't flatter yourself."
Don't flatter yourself. Maybe you make the cut, but do you reckon that do you get that people to be coming up to you and trying to overact in a way to try and get into one of your videos in a way?
Yeah, sometimes like
do you think people are talking to Shanto?
Yeah, like, and they're just, "Oh, is that your real name?" And I'm like, "No, like, who named their child Shanto?" Like,
I was actually a little bit devastated when I found out that wasn't your real name, to be honest.
But like, the Shanto came from, because my dad told me when he lived in Drimna, he used to have to walk through Michael's estate. Did you ever hear Michael's estate now? They knocked it all down now, I think, didn't they? Yeah, all the flats.
It's a mad spot though.
Yeah, that's what my ma lived in as well, like when she was like growing up, and she was like with a mad kid. But she said, my dad told me that he used to have to walk through there when he's going to school, and he used to always hear some Melvin on the balcony every day when he's walking home from school, "Chantal, you're in for your dinner." And that's where the name came from, because when he'd be calling me in for my dinner, he used to be like, "Chantal," taking the piss.
I knew this was going to be a good idea bringing you in here. Like, as I said, I'm a fan. I remember watching you when I think you actually did something with one of my mates, Key Cody, and that's how I found it. You did like a little video outside. Keep you like one of my training partners when back in the day.
Down in the docks, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Keith's born the same day, same year, same hospital as me, and we were training partners, and we fought in the same division.
Small world.
Same way, you know what I mean? Two small lads.
He was gassed. I remember. I'm friends with him on Snapchat.
He's back fighting now.
Is he?
Yeah, he's back fighting now. Well, not that I think he left. He had his kid and stuff like that, and life got in the way. But he's back, and he got a good win and all the other day. So he's back, baby.
Oh, he was bleeding mad. He was.
Yeah, but that's what I remember the first time we seen it, and I remember now like a few hours gone down that video. This young one's bleeding.
He was dying to be in one of my videos. He was like, "Please, just let me be in it. Just a small video."
That's what I'm saying. But he's one of them things. Like, I'm going in one of these videos, and that's the end of it. You know what I mean?
So I had to think of something on the spot when I was with him, but he was mad. He was up for it, like so.
Yeah, no, he's mad. He was up for it. He was. That was Shanto talking normally.
But like, mad stories like that. I was telling me, I used to live next door to this fella, like, but his fucking life went downhill anyway. Like, I think he's homeless and all now, but like, he was living next door to me.
Half of the bleeding country, Shanto.
Yeah, I know. Like, but
Shanto Jamie.
I answered the vote now anyway. But he lived next door to me for years. He did, right, and like, he was a drug addict. Like, he was off his head. But he used to have this girlfriend, right, and God love her, but like, they were just mad. They were like, they just like, there's just something wrong with them. But I was in my back garden one day, right? We used to get
I know exactly what you mean, kind of in a way.
Yeah, like we used to get great entertainment out of them, but like not like looking down on them, but like they were just so oblivious to how they went on.
It's so loud sometimes. Like,
yeah,
you're kidding each other. You'd hear stuff getting shouted. You're like, That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, like I'd be out in my back garden, like hanging the washing with my ma, and next of all you just hear him in his bathroom. His girlfriend's name was, I won't say her real name, say it was like Sarah. Sarah, what, me shite's not coming out. Like, am I hearing this? Am I like, and then she like, and then she'd be in the front garden having a smoke, right, having a cool pop. Me and my friends would be sitting in the garden. She'd walk over, she's like, alright girl, just want a bit of cool pop. It's like, no. And then, and like, so you wouldn't have a penny to the end, like you wouldn't have a euro for a few cans, right? And we'd be like, alright. And then the next week we'd be kind of taking the piss and on, Lorraine, have you got that euro, have you? Like, you know, taking the piss.
Yeah, because we have you got a lend of like 5 or like, we're never getting this back on.
Yeah, I know. Is if you're going to ask them for a 5 or back.
Lend is gonna help, you know what I mean? That's what I use myself, you know what I mean?
But like they just, like they're really mad, like, and what else, like the things they, like I remember his house went on fire, right? I think it was an inside job, to be honest. And yeah.
What you gonna do, claim off the council or something?
Yeah, right, and he was after buying a new pair of runners, right? So he was at the front of the garden, they were after getting him out of the house and all, and he started screaming at the guards, I want to go back in. He's like, you can't go back in, the house is on fire. He's like, I'm after paying 120 euro for a new pair of runners. Yeah, I know.
We would have been the same, to be honest, about the runners. Even if I had a kid in there, I'd probably be picking the runners.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It was just bleeding mad, and he jumped. How they got him out of the house is he jumped from the top window, but he was just like, I'm doing this for Bin Laden, and jumped out the top window. He's off his head, he was, yeah.
Yeah, it is mad.
It was, yeah.
You can't be
you just can't.
the banter on the estate if you must. You can't explain it, and you can't record it either, because you shouldn't record stuff like that.
Yeah,
you should just remember it. It's always better.
That's it. Like, and people always say like my estate is full of robbed cars, and I'm like, no, it's not. Like, it's like just learn how to drive, but cutting out the middleman. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Learn how to drive, but cutting out the middle. That's brilliant.
Or
horse riding.
Yeah, the amount of horses, like, we're fucking breeding them at this stage, my estate. Like,
one of the days I can't even remember what it was, but someone was like, I was going somewhere to do like a kind of an interview, and someone was like, oh, Paddy, and coming in this way, and they were like, oh, I didn't know that was your girlfriend. And I was like, alright, that doesn't make any sense. And as we went on, they thought that my girlfriend was you, like.
How?
So, because someone turned around and goes, you're the girl that does the videos, aren't you? And she's like, no. And I knew straight away who she thought.
Why does she look like me, does she?
I think, yeah, she must. Like, and because as we were walking in, the girl goes, oh, I didn't know that was your girlfriend. And I was like, she's standing beside you, that's a weird one, so I just continued on with it, you know. Walked in, and then she started talking to her like, so how did you get into doing the videos and stuff like that? My girlfriend's looking at her going,
what's she talking
about? She's from Liverpool, and she's like, you not that girl, Shanto? Right? And I was like, I pissed myself laughing, right? Because I was like, go on out, and all. And I was like, not even Enya, like, you're not Enya. They thought you were Shanto,
yeah,
which is like the nails town, and she's like, devastated. She was devastated. Your woman just disappeared though.
Into the ether.
That was on it. And the owl in Sharon.
Yeah.
Right, how does she come from?
Oh, she's based on me ma.
Is she?
Yeah, 100%. Like all the mannerisms and all, like that is my ma to a T. And anybody that knows my ma would say that it's the spit, yeah ma. Like, it's like looking at your ma. Like, that's what they say to me.
Could your ma live without tea?
No, she couldn't live without smokes either. I'm not messing. That woman does be broke week in, week out. She must spend about €200 a week on smokes.
Is she bad for smokes?
The three packets a day, I'd say. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And then she's always hitting us for loans, and I'm like, I'm not feeding your bleeding habit, man. Like, that's what it's like.
My God, and she's being bits.
Yeah, like.
My own now was the same, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then she just drinks the tea, like, you know, just endless cups of tea. Like,
yeah, throwing cups away, tea.
Yeah. And she just has her own little area in the kitchen, like, she just has her own tea. I was just about
to say that to you.
Yeah.
There's always two Owens, and you see how excited they get when gossip comes, like, come here and I tell you, Mary. You know what I mean? Oh,
I mean, my auntie's name is Mary, like, that's what that is. Yeah, so when she comes over,
that.
It's like, you hear the two of them arguing downstairs, it's so funny, like.
And they go on about stupid. Shy.
Yeah, and do you know what? They're always adding those Arabians, is it? Like on Facebook, they're always is that what they are? The Saudis, yeah, Saudi Arabians, yeah.
All the boys that do be bouncing into your requests.
Yeah, sliding into the DM.
Yeah. How are you getting on? Yesterday, Chelsea got a mad message yesterday.
Hi, how are you?
No, look, I mean, and one of the boys on the phone downstairs replied on it, but it was like, it was something about, can you tell me if this company in Ireland is a real company, as I'm coming over to Ireland and I don't really trust that this is the company. I'm like, I like your style, mate. You know what I mean? He didn't go straight for the dick pic. He slid in there with a conversation.
Yeah, an icebreaker.
Let's start the icebreaker, yeah. Asking about a company that he's moving to Ireland and stuff like that and all. And then one of the boys writes back something about goats or something like that. He wrote back, no, I've googled it for you a little bit, but it's something about it's a goat recycling factory or something like that.
Goat recycling
factory or something like that. That's what Nate put downstairs on it.
Imagine us having a goat bin. Imagine that.
A lunatic. So you're a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm not just a funny fucker.
And it actually, when I was at school and all, like, I didn't even think of being one. Like, that's why I said I did a marketing course and all, like, because kind of society
tells you. Do you use that still?
No, like, that was like a plan. No, that was like the plan A at the time when I was leaving school, because like you had to go to college and you had to get a degree, like that was your aim. But then it was in my last year of college, I did it for 4 years, that I started making the videos, and then I realised, like, because I wasn't happy in the course, I was like, I don't want to do this, you know what I mean? And I felt like
making yourself in a way, so I'd say you're using the tools of it.
Yeah, no, definitely 100%, because I felt natural. I love business studies in school, and that's why I picked it. I just picked an advertising course, and then in the 4th year then I started making the videos, because I felt like I had a knack for comedy, but I never thought of doing it when I was in school. Like, it never even crossed my mind.
I think in school, like, and that's actually a good little thing. I'd say in school, how did you feel in school, like, the idea of kind of expressing yourself in a way, like, if you came out doing videos and stuff like this in school, you were open, weren't you? Like,
yeah.
If, like, you had to be very brave to do something like that and be able to kind of commit to it.
Yeah, in school, like, that's what, like, social media was still kind of new when I was in school. Like, Bebo, I remember Bebo, like, I was...
What was your Bebo handle?
I think it's... I can't even remember. Like, it was something stupid. I think it was like Peach or something like that.
I was just about to say, you can always judge someone on their Bebo handle. Yeah. Remember that thing that used to be like, what would you be a porn star name? That's what it's going to be. It's going to be like your dog's name and your Bebo handle. You know what I mean? Because nobody ever had that name, you know what I mean?
Like, that's it. I made me fella on Bebo, like.
Did you?
Yeah, like, and it's so weird, because that's how people I meet now on social media. Like, my nanny and granddad met at bleeding AA meeting, like, you know?
Did they?
Yeah.
Daddy, are you both still on the wagon?
Oh no, that's 6 feet under now.
Oh no. When I said that question, I was like, I shouldn't have said that.
No, they're gone years, God bless them, yeah. But
did he finish on the wagon?
Yeah, my granddad did anyway, yeah. My nanny sobered up, but yeah. But
I'd say life was shit then.
Yeah, like, I think it played out all over my dad's side, to be honest, but yeah, they're all on the straight and narrow anyway, so...
So you met your fella on Bebo?
Yeah.
So you don't have any kids?
No, I don't, no. I'm with him 10 years now, so that's how long ago it was, yeah. Like, I was 16, so...
And the guy got robbed on that Bebo thing, didn't he? Didn't some guy buy that for, like...
Oh, yeah, it was ridiculous money. It was like, what was it? The guy who bought it got... The guy who bought it got screwed over. He paid, like, something, like, just as it was about to die out, like... he paid ridiculous money for it, like something like maybe hundreds of millions.
Hundreds of millions, like, for Bebo. He bought Bebo.
And then, like, literally, your man that set it up was like, yeah, no worries, like, sold it, like, and then, like, overnight, no one was on Bebo anymore.
Like, and he just lost millions.
And I think he sold it for $1 million or something like that.
I can see Facebook going like that now, like, to be honest.
Do you know what? We can.
And I'm kind of worried in a way.
How did Bebo not become Facebook though?
I think Bebo was like the trial version of Facebook, you know that, because like it was only around for a couple of years, literally, like
if you were the guy that made Bebo, you would be freaked with yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you got your finger out more, you would have been Facebook, basically.
Yeah. Like, I was 13 when I joined Bebo, and I was on it for about 3 years. Then it started just going downhill. Then one day I went on and I was like, Bebo's deleted. But I think people were at the kind of like migraine onto Facebook at that stage, so no one was really kind of...
Everyone get all their loves away.
Yeah, remember that? It was so tacky, wasn't it?
Was
like,
creepy,
how many page views have you got and all?
That was
creepy. It was just cringy. And your other half, like, remember that?
The other half.
Killings.
I used to have all my mates as my other half. And you used to get to put a video up.
Yeah.
And you used to have to have like a video on your screen.
Yeah, yeah.
You go into people's page and you'd have like...
A flashbox, that's what it was called, wasn't it?
Yeah, for some people used to put into it was incredible.
Oh, the Pussycat Dolls was my first one. Buttons, remember that song?
Was it?
Yeah, that was my first one, yeah.
That's a catchy old tune though.
But like, I remember though when I was on Bebo, like, no one had laptops or smartphones. Like, everyone just used to use that desktop computer, you know, the one in the corner of the sitting room, like, and everyone had to take turns.
In the corner of the estate.
Yeah.
The only one that you had, the only internet connection that we had. You know what I mean? And so what's your fella think about all the videos?
Yeah, like
especially the ones, because I'll go into the ones with Rory with you now in a second.
Yeah, like he was there before all this started, like, so it'd be very weird now getting with someone.
That's important as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so if I ever broke up with him now, it'd be very weird getting with someone and thinking, are they only with me because of my popularity, or like, do they just genuinely like me? So, you know, there's a lot of that.
That was one of my biggest fears when the UFC thing went down.
Really? So you weren't with your girlfriends till after?
No, till after. Like, and that was one of my biggest fears of like, shit, I'm probably never going to be able to meet someone that I could genuinely know. But like,
you're always thinking at the back of your head, like, if I wasn't in this profession, would they still be with me?
Yeah, if I threw on me old tracksuit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you went back into Shantos mode, you know what I mean, or in the way of like back in the day, where you don't have like your success, you don't have like you're not goal driven. Like, it's very easy to be attracted to somebody that's goal driven and successful, and
a lot of things like in public and all, like I don't know how to swim, so I want to start getting swimming lessons.
You don't know how
like,
to fucking swim.
No, I'm petrified.
I'm an animal.
And I'd love to be able to jump into 40 foot like in this weather and everything. Do you know what I mean? I'd be so jealous. Like, I'd drown in a paddling pool. Like,
Chantal be on the first breath. Chantal's dead. She died at the 40 foot. She did. That's what I mean. I guarantee you, Dublin be devastated if Chantal was gone.
With a bag of cans tied to her ankle.
She had Dutchies in her pockets. She didn't realise.
Went straight to the bottom. But like, yeah, so like, I don't know how to swim, right? And like, I'd be real embarrassed like going to like a public swim class, like, because I feel like people would be looking at me, oh, that's your one and all. Like, I get really insecure about stuff like that. Do you ever feel like that?
You should embrace that though. You should embrace, like, the idea is that you...
I feel like people might treat me differently. Like, not to feel egotistical, but like, do you ever feel like that? If I remember my manager telling me, like, he used to manage like a well-known artist, like a singer in Dublin, and he said that when he hit rock bottom, he wasn't getting anything for free anymore off people, but when he was really popular, he was getting everything for free, and like, everybody couldn't do enough for him. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you kind of feel like that, are people only doing this because of who I am? And
here's a little great thing for that, right, is I try to not accept as much as I can for free.
Yeah,
like, I tried to. Do you know what I love? And I couldn't figure this out at the start. Now, I know that, like, it can become very addictive. I think that I can see people now, and they just want stuff. And that's the whole life becomes. The whole Instagram becomes about that. You know what I mean?
People make a living out of it, like.
Oh, 100%. Now, sometimes, like, I'd say my Instagram is like, Jesus, you ever stop pushing that podcast? And it's like, I think.
But that's your livelihood.
Not really, to be honest. Because I I'm only doing.
I hope it's not.
How much have you made, Rob?
There's a lot of zeros in there.
You're not getting backhanders for doing that, right? Like, you enjoy doing it, you know.
And as I said, that's the main thing. The gym and loads of other stuff is kind of like, I don't really need to do the podcast, but the idea what I do is, I think there's a lot in it. I think the idea of say someone, me sitting down here talking to you, like, there's people, and I never realised like this until people start like saying it to me, and I was like, there's people that are aware, like, say we were in a way, sitting in your gaff, bored. What do I want to do? I want to do something. I don't want to do this. I just want to do that. And when you hear stories and when you hear podcasts and you hear stuff like this, you can spiral someone into that day where. Do you remember the day we were running around and you were writing down the stuff and you were practicing it and you were recording it, and everything else that was happening in the day didn't really matter? Like, I remember trying to become a rapper years ago. Like, that's what I was trying to do first.
Really?
Yeah, I was trying to be like, I was in with little lads and I loved it. I did. And the idea was that I remember days where I would just stay there and I'd write and I'd record something, and the first person I'd meet, I'd try to spit it to them and see what it was like and stuff like that, and they'd be looking at me like, now reading back and looking and listening to some of the shit, it'd be shy.
Yeah.
But to me, I remember feeling like, this is really special.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Exactly.
But I know that if I didn't have them moments, it was nothing to do with MMA, it was nothing to do with that, but I know that was in me at the start.
Yeah.
I wanted to be some. So when people listen to, like, say, podcasts and listen to this kind of stuff, two ordinary people rolling out of a housing estate with, like, say, ordinary parents, if you must. You were saying, like, my man smokes this, she drinks this, she's bleeding mad, she goes after them. I'm like, my man, no, because some people look up and they say, no, it can't be me.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
I can't do it, you know what I mean?
That's because of where they're from, or like they just have so many people around them, like, would you fuck off? You're not going to be one of them, like, do you know what I mean?
This is the part in school that I was saying, maybe if you had started doing them videos in school, timing would have been a thing as well, because...
I was just like, because, like, with college, people say, oh, do you regret doing your course? And I say, because I do think to myself, what if I started this younger, where would I be? But then I think to myself, no, I'm glad I done that course because it made me grow up and it made me realise what I wanted to do. Do you know what I mean? Because when I first started that course, didn't have a didn't do a video, didn't know I wanted to do comedy or anything. So I'm glad I done it because it made me grow up and it got me to that stage where I thought to myself, oh, so this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Do you know what I mean?
That's deadly.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Even realising that is a gift in its
Yeah.
own, even if it didn't make you a penny, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what people feel pressure like after they leave school. This is what I have to do for the rest of my life, and it's not. Like, take your time; it'll come to you naturally. Like,
definitely, like you see that like that kind of meme over and over again, that people like, oh, by 22 I'm going to be married and I'm going to have this and I'm going to have that and all this and that. It really isn't that.
Yeah.
And if you are, you're probably going to be in the few people that gets divorced.
yeah, exactly. Like,
I think people race into it and they do it so fast that they're like yeah, sound life is set.
yeah.
And the time left in life is a lot longer than expected. Like,
because when you're 14, you think, oh, what am I going to be doing when I'm 25? Like, I never thought I'd be doing this ever. Like, and it didn't cross my mind, not in a million years. So to actually be doing what I'm doing now is like real surreal. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, of course. Like, and even the same with Rory, I was saying, like, because even with like some of the people I'd message to come on, they'd be like, all right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, can we listen to your stuff too as well? Not that like I'm an anybody, do you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
like people get, no, do you know what I mean? But people get like weirded that, like, I can't believe that person was listening to me stuff. Like, I've had messages of people saying, "Jeez, I seen your fight there and all," and I'd be the same. Like, shit, they were looking at my fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
real weird, but you can do it.
Yeah, like that's so the amount of people I've met in the past, because I'm doing this now about 4 years in December, the amount of people I've come across that like watch my videos, and I'm like I never thought you'd watch my videos.
This is
like,
what I mean, yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's weird, like, and like, doesn't mean that you have to be from a working class area to enjoy them either. Like, because I've had a lot of like really like well spoken people come up to me and be like, your videos are so funny, and it's like,
you know, like, I love that again because it is the idea of like social classes, if you must cross them as well, because that is a real thing, and people are like,
comedy is comedy, like, you know what I mean?
100%. That is like that. I remember growing up that being a thing as well. So like the social class thing. Like, I remember, like, you know, when the sun came out, I was only saying it yesterday, you jump on the 65 and you'd head to Blessington.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
And like, I can only imagine what we were like coming into that town. Like, all of us bouncing out the top of the 77 or
That's
something.
what it's like with the darts now and all,
Or the
like.
65. Yeah, exactly. And all of a sudden, like, you see Dalkey and you see Bray and you see all these places out in the sun, and all you hear is like, rah, 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 in the corner, there's a load of yokels at the beginning.
Yeah. And now there's Facebook where you can see people complaining rather than word of mouth. Like, isn't it so true? Like,
yeah, people giving out about people. Like, what the fuck is going on down here?
Exactly.
So
like,
the swimming thing, are you going to get this together?
Yeah. I think, like, I don't know, like, I don't know whether to do public classes, like, and I don't mean to sound like I'm parting anyone. I'm just like, I get real insecure about, like. And I shouldn't think like that, but I do, like...
No, but you are right,
yeah.
No, you're right in a way of, like, but I promise you would have had that feeling if you weren't Shanto, if you weren't anything as well, because you're getting into a pool to learn how to swim. Like, that's going to be... You're going to get out there.
Yeah,
I get it all the time with people coming into the gym, because people come in here to join, and male,
beginners,
female,
like.
just beginners. People that just are a little bit curious about it, and then they come in, and they're expecting this big, mad, like, crazy thing to put them into the... Did you hear that?
I did anyway.
Did you hear that?
My stomach's making noises.
I don't think it picked up on the microphone.
Did you not? That was a mad stomach growl going on
Picked
there.
up on it now anyway.
Yeah.
The Drake going on in there, is there?
Oh, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm having me fasted cardio. I was having breakfast this morning. I was like, breakfast or sleep? Breakfast. No, sleep.
Yeah, that'd be me.
Sleep. No, but I actually have. I'm at, I get sent these meals now we do, right? Oh, this thing, I think it's called the Natural Kitchen or Fit Gods. But like, they send me these breakfasts and stuff like that now. I'm not even have to go and make me breakfast anymore, and I still miss it. Do you know what I mean?
Serious?
Yeah, I still miss it. I didn't have
What,
to
in the
make it.
microwave ones, are they?
No, they'll just take it out of the fridge. There's one of them, right, and it's mixed with oats and berry and like yogurts and dates, and it's like, it's amazing. You ain't eating well?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Am I what?
Are you into eating well?
So I said he into eating. I'd want to be.
Yeah, like, I mean, eating
To stay off
everything.
No, I actually, like, I went about 2 years ago. I started like the what's it called, that flexible diet, like where you like just stick to a certain amount of calories, like. But no, I did. I stuck to it for lost about 2 stone. I did, yeah.
That would stress me out.
Yeah, no, but it did work, and I stuck to it. So every now and then when I kind of get off track, I just bounce back into it, and you know, like, so we do feel a lot better in yourself when you're eating well and you're exercising, like 100%.
Yeah, mentally well, mentally. That's
Yeah,
like, a lot of the time we never really did it for like physically gains. for mental gains. You know.
But even when you're not losing weight, you're still looking at yourself in the mirror and you're looking at yourself like, Jesus, I actually do look okay. Like, and you're not, like, even if you're not losing weight, you're not thinking to yourself, size of me and all. And
I said this last week, and I'll say it again. I think the idea of when you go to the gym to lose weight,
it's like a placebo effect,
isn't
it?
It's like doing a dangerous drug.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden you're looking in the mirror and you're associating with feeling good.
Yeah,
you're looking good. But you've set yourself a time together, because you're gonna get old, and we're all gonna get saggy, and we're all gonna get big, and we're all gonna get wrinkly, and we're all gonna get. If you don't learn to embrace that when you're young, you're only going to get unhappier as you get older. Because
exactly, like, because eventually, like, it will, like, you see people now in their 50s with, like, bodies to die for, but, like, eventually it just gets tougher to reach that.
And that's what, and the thing is, you're looking at their body at, say, 50, and you're saying, well, they look great, they look brilliant.
They're probably doing that for years. Like.
And they're probably looking at a younger body, and they're just not, they might look happy, and they might, like, feel happy and sort of, but they're always probably going to be looking at
they're never satisfied.
They're never satisfied you, because I used to be 21. I used to have this body. I used to be 25. I used to be 30. Do you get what I mean? So as it goes on, you're chasing it. I think the idea is, like, you asked me a question there. This is the long answer to it. Do I ever get that kind of feeling? Not really, because I grew up ginger, snotty, poor.
So anything's better than that.
It was all sound to me.
Yeah.
It was like, it was just you never thought, like, I look good today. It was never that, you know what I mean? It was just wild, you know what I mean? Mucky runners, rookie knees, and then until you grew up, when you grew up to about 15 and 16, then it was kind of the idea of, like, what am I trying to do? Where am I trying to go? I'm trying to look good, trying to feel good. And as I said, I found a path of MMA and jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. But I felt the same thing that you felt when you were like, wow, deadly, I have a purpose. This is what I'm supposed to
and
be
even
doing.
after a day of healthy eating, you're still looking in the mirror and you're just like, I actually feel like, even though I haven't lost any weight, like, I'm actually walking towards something, like...
That'd be another deadly character.
Yeah. Oh, the fit gods. Fit fam.
Yeah, you know, you get a character that loses weight and gains weight and keeps going on about a diet, lies to our mates. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think of stuff all the time? Like, see when I'm watching videos, I nearly get ideas for characters. I'm like,
I couldn't just sit down with pen and paper and be like, right, let's think of, like, 4 videos for this month. Like, I'd literally be sitting on the bus, or I'd be walking on the road, or just having a conversation with someone, and I'd be like, something might click, and you'd be like, you know what, like, that would make a really good video. Because you get people coming at you all the time, you should make a video about this, and it's like, yeah, but like probably 2 or 3 people would find that funny, but not like 1,000 people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why you have to be really wise with your content. Like the hose band video I did last night.
The hose band video yesterday.
Thousands of people are going to find that funny because they can relate to it.
What's the story of getting into a wheelie bin though?
Oh, you want to see me getting out of it? Like,
They're the videos I want to see. They're the videos I want to see.
I have to show you a video of me ma. She was recording me one day. I was doing the Sharon character, right? It's like a blooper. But she started coughing, and I was like, Ma, you can't cough when you're recording the video because people are going to hear it. Like, she's like, I have to cough in you. I was like, right, we'll start again. Then she started breathing mad loud, and I was like, yeah, like I said, why are you breathing mad loud? Have to bleed and breathe, and you.
That's cold, Daddy.
I know that.
We need to see you need to do some Chantal bloopers.
Oh, stop. Like, the amount, sometimes the bloopers are funnier, like, do you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
Like, especially with me and Rory, like, when we were doing the driving video.
This is the one, Rory.
Yeah, we were
doing... They do a couple of videos. If you haven't seen this, go on to it. What's it, Just for Laughs?
Gives a laugh.
Gives a laugh.
With a Z.
G-I-Z, yeah. And they do, like, 2 couples having arguments all the time, and it's gold. So check it out if you don't get it. So this is the one we're on about now. How did you get into that? Did you linked up with Rory?
Rory contacted me, because I knew of him, like, I watched...
Creepy, Rory.
Yeah.
Rory slipped up into the DMs. Do you want to do a video? I'm only messing.
What type of video are you talking about?
That sounds terrible.
Slipped into me DMs, he did.
That sounds terrible, that does.
But he said, he's like, oh, me and you have big followings, like, and no one's doing these couple of videos at the moment. Do you want to, like, do a relationship video? And I was like, yeah, alright, like, what's the worst that can happen? So I forget what the first video was now, but we ended up making them, and people responded really well to it. So, like, he'd come out to me because I was driving at the time, and we'd do about 2 or 3 in the one day, and, like, you know, like, upload them over the course of a week. But yeah, people responded really well to them. So, like, people, now you get, like, couples coming up to me and like, oh, I love you and Rory's videos, like, and, you know, because they are relatable, and why we make them is because me and him are in long-term relationships. So he'd just be like, Enya, does this happen in your relationship? And I'd be like, yeah. And he's like, well, it must happen in everyone's relationship then, you know what I mean? And that's why the videos do so well, because we know what goes on inside relationships. Like that driving one, I only started to drive there like going back a few months ago. And I noticed that me and my fella have more fights in the car than anywhere else.
100%.
Yeah, so that's why I said we have to make a video. Like it's we had to make a video about it. Like, and he doesn't even drive, so that's what really riles me up even more.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
I couldn't be able to survive with that.
Yeah.
I have an excuse for mine. I'll tell you the story in a second, but I have an excuse for my panic. I'm a panicky passenger. Like,
really?
Hates it, she does. And she looks at me like, go on, say something. I'm like, I'm not going to say that.
Keep me mouth shut.
I'm not going to say that. Because, like, say, one of my mates will be coming home from school one time, right? Only started, his name's Adam. Maniac. No, he's not a maniac, but he's a maniac driver. Right? Got a micro, paid about $9,000 for it. Hate that, Adam. I know you listen to this one. Driving home from school, takes a big sharp turn. I'm like, calm down. And I was driving at the time, he wasn't.
In fourth gear or something, was it?
Yeah, in third gear. He's like, have this, right? Come back from school, he comes around the corner, tries to hit the brake, misses the brake, hits the accelerator. So I come around the corner and he says, we wanted to have this game of bleeding FIFA, man. Going home to play FIFA everywhere, right? And he hits the accelerator and we're like, whoa, and we went up to about like 60 kilometres an hour. So we came around the corner too fast and he's like, steering wheel locking, pulls it around and whoop, right into a lamppost with us, right at the end of my road. And I mean, the lamppost hit the windscreen. It was like cutting right through the bonnet. It did. Like, we nearly died. Like,
oh my god!
Mate Macca, I remember my mate Macca. It was outside his house, so it's on the same road. He's like in the nip upstairs, getting to pulls the curtains open. You know, and he's like, "What the fuck was that?" So he ran downstairs. He's in the garden with a towel. So I had to say because the towel. When you say there's a part of the story of the towel. So we're in the car, row off. My mate Robin was at the hitting the back of the headrest, right? Busted all his eyes open, blood rolling down his face. I thought he was dead because I looked around and I was like, Robin, you alright? And he's like, he just keels over right in the back of the car.
Was that wearing a seatbelt now?
No, he was. It failed. It was right. My foot went through the dash. My ankle was dislocated. Put my foot out and all, fixed it. My mate Adam turns around. He was driving the car. Had a seatbelt on. Had a lovely airbag. Had everything right. And he turns around. He's like, "Is everyone alright?" Everyone's like, "Oh, my nose!" And he's like this, and he's bleeding and he has this little tiny trail of blood around the inside of his nose, and he's complaining about it.
Not a scratch on him and use
Robin's dead.
Cripples.
I don't know if I told the story before, have we?
No.
No, so Robin would have told me. So anyway, we lifted Robin outside the car, but this is where I get nervous because when I was talking about that video, I was thinking about this, so I have to say this though. We dragged Robin out of the car, put him on the ground, right, and he was kind of like unconscious, kind of non-conscious, so Marco was in the garden with a towel, right? So I don't know how we got the towel. So he got a towel and we put it over him, but it was over his face, right? And he's lying out on the road with a towel over his face, blood all over him, like he was dead. We were standing on my other mate's door having a cup of tea, right? And then all you see is Robin kind of coming through on the road. Sits up, right? What the fuck is going on, boys? Pulls the thing off his head, blood all over his face, like a zombie he was.
Oh my god!
Now, ever since that day, I was only about 18 that day, and still a dint on the lamppost, right? The lamppost stood like a champion. Dad came down, we were fluffed. But every time I'm in a car now, right? I'm panicky as a passenger. Like,
traumatised.
I am traumatised, really. Like, she'd go somewhere like, and maybe she'd be looking down at something, and we'd notice this, and I get pure nervous panic. I grabbed the RJ's handle.
The RJ's handle, yeah.
And like, see the way you're looking in that video, you're looking at him. Go on, say something, you know. And he's
yeah.
It wasn't going to, but then he goes into it. Chelsea, that's me and Chelsea all over. And we don't say Anne. We look at her. If we look at grab the RJ's,
you just have to bite your tongue.
She's just like, what?
Oh my god, are you serious? Like,
do you have these rows as well?
Oh, 100%. Like, and I noticed that would you not just be better off going up that way? And at the time, like, I'd be kind of still nervous driving. I'd be like, no, I'm not going. Like, you know that junction at the Red Cow, like the spaghetti junction, I call it. Like, just where the on the run garage is. Like that terrifies me. So he was asking me to go up that way, and I was like, no, I'm only still learning to drive. And he's like, I'm just saying, and just be quicker. I was like, no, I don't want. I'm only trying to help you. Killing's in the car. He had a birthday cake on his lap. It's like, I'll make you fucking walk. I really.
And this is the thing. There's always coming down to the walk. You know? let me out.
Yeah,
It always
yeah.
comes down to that. And then all of a sudden you're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
I know, and like sometimes he doesn't understand like the way you drive, like turns and like stuff like that. He's like, Gary, like you can't go up that way, and he's like, you can't.
If you've ever been in a car with your girlfriend, or it's the opposite way around, and one of you has got out and walked home, make sure you comment on this podcast.
Yeah.
I want to see the amount of people that's happened to.
Yeah.
Because we definitely got out of the car.
I'm free. Like,
And then all of a sudden you're in the middle of nowhere.
yeah,
you're
like fuck.
oh shit, why am I walking down the middle of the bleeding the N81?
But you should see my mate Kev. Like he drives like a Golf, right? But I'm not messing. He drives in fourth gear in a fucking car park. Like he like is just I don't know how he hasn't crashed his car yet. Like, but like he just manages to dodge death so many times. Like, and I'd be gripping onto the RJ's handle. And he finds it hilarious. Like, but seriously, like.
And is he a good driver?
Well, he's full license. Like he's driving years now. But like he'd be able to go down like a one-way street in fourth gear, and it's like, oh my god, like you're just waiting for something to happen. Like
Oh, we find that,
I
yeah.
can imagine you in the car. Oh, it's terrifying. Like
I'm an animal.
yeah, it's terrifying. Like he's
I learned how to drive the way you were mentioning at the start.
really.
Ah, yeah, well, you wouldn't get into leftover cars and just goes to show you. Was it a phone books? I'm sitting on a phone book.
We know the way everybody crashes like in their first car. I'll tell you how I crashed, right? I was still only getting lessons, right, and I was only driving around the estate at this stage, and my manager he was like, come on, we'll venture outside the estate. And
What
I was
are you
like,
driving?
an Opel Corsa, like, so
What
it's
are you
an
doing
Opel.
with first cars and all cars?
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're nice little cars, right? So this is the one I crashed in, and he was like, we'll go outside the estate. He was like, come on, like, you'd be grand. So I was like, alright, I felt confident enough to
You
go
got to the
outside
edge of the estate, I bet you would have gone.
Oh no, it got worse, right? And I didn't know that they don't teach you to reverse in your lessons. You have to learn to do that yourself. I know, like they don't. I never knew. Yeah. They don't even teach you how to park or anything. Like, well, I suppose that's kind of like you need to teach yourself to do that. But
It's going to take ages, missy. You don't have the money for this. That's what I want to say.
it's a parallel park.
You know what I mean? 80 quid an hour or something like this, boy. It's like, I don't want to buy cocaine, man. I want driving lessons, you know what I mean?
But my car was parked like facing me driveway, and there was no cars around. And he was like, "You alright reversing?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You know what? There's no cars around. I'd be alright." Like, so next of all, it starts the car, and I didn't realise how sensitive the accelerator is when you're reversing, right? So I was just going into a fucking wall. Like, I was like, oh shit. I mean, me and manager ended up getting whiplash and all. Like, got out of the car.
Got whiplash? I got whiplash.
Yeah, oh, my neck's a bit sore.
You'd be like, you'd be going missing.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be saying.
What's that about commission? No.
You'd be going in the boot and off the pair.
So I got out of the car, right, and I was like, oh, it didn't feel like that bad of a bang. Like, literally, there was just, because we went straight into the corner of a wall, rolled the whole back door off, the boot wouldn't even close.
No.
Yeah, I had to get the whole thing
How long were you
replaced.
driving?
Oh, I was only driving about a couple of weeks. Yeah, it cost me $1,000 to get a whole new back
You
door.
know the way people say that? You know the way everyone crashes their first car?
Yeah.
It's only people that crash their first car that say that.
Yeah.
First car.
Oh,
I only know a handful of people that did crash their first car.
Really?
Yeah, no, my mate Adam, he wrote it off. Never drove ever again.
But I'm just glad I didn't. I didn't drive it into another car. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know what the worst thing is about that? Like, I'll wrap it up soon, but this is, people that claim thing is disastrous, right?
Yeah.
Now, like, I remember, I won't get too much into it, but we absolutely tipped somebody. Like, we came up, we went like that in a car. And
People milk it, like.
jumped out. Oh, how are you? I know who you are. You know what I mean, in a way.
See, that's another thing that I
And
was
the worst
saying
thing
about
about
earlier,
was,
when they
right,
know who
first
you
thing I
are.
did was give the person a hug. Alright? Give the person a hug. And then the message was, I jumped out and abused them terribly. And I'm like, I wouldn't even, that's not even in me, like. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about the car, I don't give a fuck about the money. Have the money, take the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the idea of someone being hurt or something that would freak me out, you know what I mean? There was nothing, a tap. And of course, yeah, back injuries and surgeries and physios and all this, and they're like, do you know what I say to people like that? Good riddance. I hope you enjoy the money.
Yeah.
I hope you go windsailing or something like
Karma will
that.
get ya.
And you hit the side of a fucking
Windsailing.
cliff. That's what I hope happens
Face
to you.
first into a mountain.
Everyone's paying mad insurance out there because everyone's running around.
Because of people like
yeah,
that.
100%. And you know what the insurance company tell you? When you ring them up, say, why is my insurance so expensive? Because everyone else is claiming. So you mean everyone else is getting money back?
yeah.
Don't tell
It's like
me
a
that,
vicious circle, isn't it?
Yeah, we had to give people 10 grand.
But I was only in Hope there 2 weeks ago, and I was driving out of a car space, a car park, and I was so close to the car beside me, I was worried about scraping it, so I drove out really far to turn, and I ended up scraping the car in front of me, and the woman was in it, and my father was beside me. He was like, I was going to say you were going out too far, but you don't like me mentioning it, so I didn't say that. And next of all, I was like, oh shit. Now, when a woman was in the car, and she was real well spoken, BMW, right, 141, she got out, she was like, oh no, she was like, do you know how to drive? And I was like, yeah, I fucking do know how to drive, like, yeah, I can happen.
That don't help though.
Yeah, I know. And it was really, really sunny, so the sun was like blinding me at the same time. But like, so my judge's space was just off, and she ended up, I just said, look, do you mind if I take it out of my own pocket? Like, I'm not messing. I'll show you the picture after this. It's scrape about that size, right? And it was a sky blue car, so you wouldn't really be able to see it. €300 it costs.
Yeah. Lucky though.
Yeah, I know. Because a lot of people were telling me, like, if it's off the back bumper, she was like, a lot of people said to me, oh, lucky she didn't get a whole new bumper.
100%. And this is what people go down the road of. Look, I remember the amount of times people have lobbed themselves into me and have been jumped out and looked at them and it's going to me.
I'd be the same. I'd be like, fuck, it's not worth it.
It's one of them situations where we're all going through, we're all flying through the galaxy on a bleeding ball, rolling around, and crashing your car into somebody can ruin your week, your day.
Oh, ruin my day completely.
And not only that, everyone needs that cars and stuff like that, but it's now we do understand if someone gets hurt in a crash or someone, obviously, but everyone's paying through the bleeding teeth for it in Ireland now because that's the way it's going.
Because if I went through my insurance for that, like, I wouldn't have got insured next year, like.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
And that might be saying, but you sound like a bit of a ropey driver.
Yeah.
Maybe your fellas were right.
Straight into a wall, then scraping off someone.
Have you got anything there ready, Robin?
Yeah.
Robin goes through some bits here. You can break this down with us. You get some weird stuff. You had mad stuff.
I was just thinking, maybe don't show this to your insurers. You're talking about one of your characters, of course, not the real.
Oh yeah, Shanto rallying that car and all. Good old Shanto.
You see that to the Garda? The Garda, that wasn't me, it was Shanto.
Did you see that video where Shanto learns to drive, did you?
No.
Oh yeah, I had my friend playing the instructor and all like that, and I'm like,
oh, we did see that one. Yeah, we did see that one.
Learning the music.
Safe to say she failed.
Yeah.
Well, safe to say she failed.
I'm pretty sure any chance we had of a car dealer sponsoring this show is probably gone. But it was worth it.
It was worth
it. It was worth it for the story.
Yeah,
it's all about the story.
I didn't crash my car.
Yeah.
Shanto crashed yours.
Just a disclaimer.
I'm only saying, yeah, so sponsor my car.
Only messing. Oh, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Coincidentally, actually, Enya, I used to be a swimming teacher.
Did you?
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. I don't do it anymore, but
I qualified in swim teaching as well.
Yeah.
No way.
Lifeguard, yeah.
It's brilliant. The adult classes are great because everyone's in the same boat. They all want to learn. It's the
and they turned the boat over.
We kind of do feel it, yeah.
Is that all in the water? We're like, that'd be a much better learning experience.
Now you have no choice but to swim.
Does everybody in this boat not swim? Yeah. Let's go. Look at yourselves.
Did you ever see that old John Wayne movie where the kid's like, I can't swim? And he just picks the kid up and just fucks him into the water.
That's how my friend learned to swim. She's like, I had no choice but to like stay afloat. Yeah. Like, it's just treading more. I can swim, but it's just treading more that I can't do. Because I start to panic, like, do you know what I mean? I can float and all, but I can't do, like, the stroke around properly, do you know what I mean? So
a lot of it's psychological, isn't it?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Like,
as a kid, man, like, survival involved swimming for me.
Yeah, well, like, we did swimming lessons, but I never made it out of shallow end, like.
You went to Kilbride and stuff like that.
We went to the Clondalkin Leisure Centre. Because I went to school.
Indoors, like?
Yeah.
When we were kids, man, we were like adventurers. We used to pick little places on the map and all and go and find them, like, and be jumping off cliffs and stuff like that.
Oh my God, no, not without a life jacket, like, Jesus.
We used to have mates that be jumping in and couldn't swim, and it still ballsy motherfuckers. They'd be jumping in and like getting saved every time. Save me again. You know what I mean? And then you jump again.
I nearly drowned though in a pool in Spain. Like, I was like to my friends, no, I can do this, right? So I started walking towards the deep end in the pool, right? This is just a normal chill day on a Saturday on holidays, and they were like, you sure now? And you're like, yeah, it'd be grand. Next of all, right, you started sinking, and my friend swims over, and she had extensions in, right? And you know when you're panicking, you just grip onto it, and it just goes like yank, and that's what they say, like, you should never like go near a drowning person because they'll drown you.
Course and stuff like that. Never used it, but it was one of the best things I've ever did was a lifeguard course. You have to swim in your clothes and stuff like that and all. You have to do rescues, you have to do breaks, you did all that as well.
Yeah,
you have to put people on like a spinal board in a swimming pool and all, like. So really cool though. You just swim in your clothes because you could be jumping in to save someone.
But how do you save someone who's drowning?
So you swim. So the first contact is that you try to get them to come to you. So you try to kick your arms, kick your legs, swim, and then when you can't do that, then it's reach. So you're trying to get down in the pool, you're trying to like get a t-shirt or something like that and reach and pull in. The last thing you ever doing is making contact.
Really?
Yeah, a 4-year-old could drown you. Like a 4-year-old would grab onto you in life and like.
Because it's your natural
you.
instinct to like grip onto
To
something
grip
and stay
on.
afloat.
Like your mate going towards you there could have drowned both of you. Because it's
Yeah.
just an instinct of that thing, you know what I mean? So like when you're going towards something, you're supposed to like there's ways of reaching and grabbing the hands and putting them under the water and turning them around and then I remember my swim teacher Mick Brown, he's proper Jobstown like myself, you know what I mean? Swim right up to him and punch him in the nose.
I hate that though.
Bam! Punch him in the mouth and then look at him and he's like, it kind of brings the reality into him sometimes.
Yeah, you freeze. But
Yeah,
I've heard of people having to be knocked out.
I was like, forget all the rest of that. That part, I was at the reach and all, I was jumping in and punching someone in the nose. Imagine that. I'm drowning. So fuck, I jumped in beside you. They're punching you in the nose. That's the last thing you need to be experiencing. Now I'm drowning. I'm getting battered. How is this helping me? Don't want to see it on telly. Just punching them. Like, that's fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah.
But when you're panicking, like, and you're sinking, you start inhaling, and then you're coughing, and because you're coughing, you're inhaling more water. It's horrible.
And if the water was flavoured, it'd probably be easier, wouldn't
Oh,
it?
I know.
If you put like Roy Bean or something into the water, you know what I mean? Because the seawater and all, like,
That's what the expert. Yeah, that's what the experts say. They're like, don't panic when you go underwater. Just let yourself sink to the bottom. And it's like, what if it's a river or it's the ocean? I can't wait that long. Like,
can you float? I know this probably sounds stupid. But can you float in like river water and sea water?
Oh, yeah.
Seawater easier because
Really?
it's buoyant. So like the Dead Sea, you can't sink in it. You couldn't drown in the Dead Sea because like did you ever do float tanks?
Like I know how to. Like what you mean?
Like, so there's actually a float tank place in Nice called Shleeve Bia or something like that, right? You should check this out. Do you know what? Go down to him, tell him I sent you, and he look after you. You get into this tank, right, Shanto?
Is that a sensory thing where like they kill all our senses or something? Is
No,
it?
not really. So you go into this big huge tank. It's like a big huge clam, a big shell or something like that. But it's filled with so much salt that you're buoyant, that you can't sink, and you literally lie in it for an hour. And there's music, and it's completely dark.
It's like zero gravity.
Oh, zero! You literally just float around in this tank, and it's in pitch dark. And after a little while, your mind starts like seeing.
You start
colours
hallucinating and all, yeah.
It was when do you ever lie there in the pitch dark?
Yeah.
With silence, absolute nothing, just yourself. It's a float tank thing. Check this out. But that probably make you more comfortable floating in the water.
Yeah, like I can't float. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just treading water that I have like trust issues with. You keep thinking I'm gonna sink to the bottom, but then when you see people diving in water, like I see people at the 40 foot now diving in, like they come straight back up, like.
But especially if you wear a wetsuit. If you wear a wetsuit, it'll
Really?
probably back up. But I go swimming with my uncle in the sea an awful lot. So a lot of the time. So my uncle is about 10 and he's probably swimming in the sea since he's about 5. But he's he's one of these kids where like someone had panicked, he'd see him, he'd swim miles out, you know what I mean? And he's like small. So like, I went in the water the other day, I tried more, and he's like, imagine something just came up and ate you that. I was like, boom! Oh, sorry, that was my ears thinking. I thought you were drowning there. Imagine someone just swam up and ate you. I'm like, fuck off. What's you be saying things like that? You know what I mean? And then you know, I actually said something really cute to him. He said, wouldn't that be the scariest thing ever? And I said, no, the scariest thing ever would be if something came up and ate you. And he was like,
that's nice.
Sharks swallowing him whole.
He didn't get the idea of it, but that would be the scariest thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like, imagine you had to make that choice there and then. Whoa, that would be a scary thing. No, I did get stung by a jellyfish.
Did you?
Yeah, stung in the back of the leg. And I was trying to keep me cool. I got stung, and he was like, you alright, Dad? And I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? I was at the getting hit with something. I knew it was something. I thought I got nipped by something. But then when I went to get out, I took a picture of my feet after it, and my knees and all my feet and all were just below, like, and I had all this weird stuff on my legs and all. Started feeling a little bit dizzy, and I was like, you alright? And I'm like, yeah, I think so. It's just me and him want to panic.
Fucking
hell. Yeah, I got stung by a jellyfish, have a little mark in him. Little fuckers, man. I was under the water and all. Swam off, didn't even stay with a fight.
Didn't even stay for a
Didn't even stay with a fight.
Cowards.
Stung me and legged it. Stung I was.
Yeah. So, Enya, you're doing some stand-up at the end of the month?
Yeah, I'm doing the Vodafone, so it's my second year to do the Vodafone Comedy Festival in the Ivy Gardens in Dublin.
Deadly.
It's deadly now. It's like a festival but for like comedians, and like it's a good night out. It is, I have to say, because you buy a ticket and you can choose which tent you want to go to. Like you buy a ticket for each tent, and like there's like 3 or 4 comedians on in there for that show that you buy a ticket for. So like I'll be on with like Jason Bourne and all. Like yeah,
He's
like
dead,
it's,
isn't he?
yeah, and like
Been on stage with him, I have.
Really?
Yeah, he made me climb up his jumper at a show. He did and do push-ups with me on it.
Yeah, he's mad. Like, he gets people up in the audience to do mad
I
shit.
did a
Like.
little skit with him as well about
Really?
with guns or something. About selling them guns, I wasn't it? Brilliant,
you
check it out.
serious?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, selling them guns or something for Nama vampires or something like that.
I want to check that out. But
Yeah,
like,
it's good.
It's a
mad.
fun festival because like there's drink tents and there's food tents and all. So after like you go to your show or you go to watch a show, you can go around and like socialise and stuff. Like it's a good night out. Like I have to say. Like
When's
so.
that?
It's the last weekend in July, so it's on for a whole weekend. I think it's the 26th, 27th. Is that weekend? Is it?
On the 29th, that's what I was thinking. Because I'd make that. I'd be mad. I'd love that day.
Yeah, no, let me know and I'll sort you out a ticket.
100%,
Yeah.
For any tickets and all.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going
Comment
on.
below.
And I might have been saying it. I
Guest
hate my
list.
stuff. I want to pay for my stuff. And I want to pay.
But would you go see comedy? Like, would you? Like?
Oh, dead, yeah.
Yeah.
We'd go to laugh that out like regularly.
I'm on there on the 19th as well for the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We'd
yeah,
bounce
yeah.
in there, definitely. Like,
Yeah.
like I've had Willie White on. Do you know Willie?
Oh, he's gas.
He's really.
He's mad.
I love
him.
Irish comedians. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, and, like, my young fella is named after Tommy Tiernan.
Is
His
he?
name's Tiernan.
No
Swear to
way.
God, look at something like.
That's really mad.
Tiernan. And
I'm named after the singer. The Irish singer, Enya.
Do you know what? I was thinking that yesterday. I was like, we don't know anyone else called Enya.
Never heard that played once in the gaff though.
Really? Your man must have seen that gaff out in Killarney or something like that. And then
One day.
She lives in a castle, does she?
She lives in the castle, yeah.
Why?
She has, I think, like, I was watching
She
James
goes out in
Kaplan's
Killarney or
Snapchat
something, isn't it?
the other day. Not Snapchat, I don't have Snapchat anymore. You text me, you said you don't have Snapchat. Oh, man, I was only messing. I was on Instagram. I don't have Snapchat.
I'll cut that bit out.
Yeah, good. No, I don't have Snapchat. Snapchat was a... Have you got Snapchat?
Yeah.
How does that work out for you?
I don't really like it. I prefer Instagram.
Do you not get like mad bleeding?
Yeah, no, I have to say, I got a few dick pics before and it's like, you're kind of just taking it back at first and you're like, what the fuck?
Oh, he was getting dick pics.
Were you?
Yeah. Snapchat lads, I said, you're like, say Paddy Holohan a dick pic. Go on. Stay that dick. That's what I was saying. That's it. We don't
And they don't know what it is, like, until it comes into you.
These
Like,
boys must be confident. You know what I mean? Just
Weird,
confident,
like. No,
taking
yeah.
a picture of one of like the ugliest parts of your body and all that.
Yeah.
And sending it to someone, and then a face after it.
Psychos.
That was mine.
Absolute
Yeah.
weirdos.
I'd never do it. I get stage fright a lot. So.
Yes,
Stage fright.
Stage fright in pictures, you know.
yeah, cold weather.
Did you hear actually who's your favourite comedian? Inspiration.
That's a good question.
See, I have a few, like, I love, like, the working class comedians, like Mickey Flanagan and Peter Kay. Just talk about,
Seen
like,
him live,
who?
Nicky Flanagan.
I went to see him in the Tree Arena, was it?
No, I
Last
seen
year.
him up north in the SSE arena.
Yeah, but I just love the way he talks about, like, being from a council estate and all, and
He's brilliant.
yeah, it's just like, or like going out and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Out,
Like,
out. Yeah, because everyone knows what that means.
and the way he talks about, like, his wife and all, like he came in one night after the pub, and she was like, "Don't come into the sitting room. One of me mates is crying." He's like, "Funny enough, I was going to give it a miss." like the way he like just words things, it's just real working class. Like,
He is brilliant. He is. And like Chelsea's mum would have known him in London when he was coming up. She was going to see him.
Really?
'Cause they lived in London at the time, and she would have gone to see him in like smaller venues. And she became a fan of him like in like somewhere like the Laughter Lounge, and she followed him and stuff like that. And it was who I actually ended up going to see him with.
but it's funny because you think like comedians like that just happened overnight, but like they're in their 40s, like, and they're at that about 20 years. Like,
Grinding. It's a
Yeah.
grind to the top, and that's what it is. One of my mates, Richie Smullen, is actually fighting this weekend in the UFC. This will be actually out after it, but he's been training his whole life. As long as I know him, probably for the last 10 years he's been training, and tonight is the night. Isn't that mental? Like, tonight is the one that he gets to fight in the UFC for
God,
the first time
yeah.
ever. So he's an
it's
Irish
a very
guy.
surreal moment because when I was in Vicar Street, like, that was my goal once I got into comedy, which is about 3 years ago. But I
Who
didn't.
who did you in there?
Who did I what?
Who, did you support in there? Did you
No,
do
it was my
yourself?
own show.
Do it
Like,
yourself?
yeah.
Why?
I never heard that. Daily.
3 nights I did, yeah.
Oh,
Like, and it was
nice.
so surreal because it took me about a year and a half after I started doing the videos to do stand up. Like, because the
Yeah.
thought of standing on the stage freaked me out, even when I was in school. Like, but I never had issues stand up in class or
Did
anything
you
like
get
that.
energy from it? Did you
Yeah.
find that you went out mini flow, you get one laugh? Hey.
Yeah, but when I did my first stand-up gig, it was only in a little small comedy club, but I'm not messing, I wasn't even nervous going out on stage. I felt like if I'm not, like, obviously I was a bit nervous, I hope that it goes well, but the crowd didn't scare me. Do you know what I mean? I was just more like,
Nails town.
yeah.
You man in that crowd, yeah. Shut up.
Used to people looking at me gaffing is getting raided. But yeah, like it didn't scare me, and I was like, that's actually a really good sign that this doesn't scare me. Like, and when I came down off the stage then at my first comedy gig, the amount of people that come up to me like, you are really, really good, and I was like, oh, that's a really good sign.
100%.
And then like Vicar Street became a goal. Like, you have to have a goal, you have to work towards something. And yeah, so the Laughter Lounge, I was at the Laughter Lounge before I got to Vicar Street, so that was another goal. And I was like, right, now it's Vicar Street. And when I got there, it was so surreal. I was like, I could do this for the rest of my life. Like, oh, I love this. Vicar Street is my favourite venue ever. Like, so, like, and Eric Lawler, like, do you know Eric Lawler? He's another comedian. He went to see me a few times, and he was like, Jesus, Enya, like, if this is how good you are now, imagine what you're going to be like in 20 years. Like,
I think the thing with comedy is you have to find a way to reach a big audience, but the same way. Like, I won't say it's easy, but it'd be very easy for you to go out and tell loads of council jokes about Irish council estates or stuff like that.
That would be, I'd be like Mickey Flanagan, like, there'd be a big segment on that. And like, I found when I went to see him in the Tree Arena, like, it got a lot of laughs because people who weren't even from council estate could relate because they know people from council estates. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
But the idea is you can even see Nicky Flanagan where he's so broad now, where like even though he tells a story, I reckon you can localise that as well. Tommy Turner does it very well as well.
100%. And like I find when I talk to like comedy venues, like the people who manage them, they'll say like, they'll have comedians from England saying to them like, what colour is your post box over here? Like what do you have phone boxes over here and all? Because they probably have a joke with a post box in it, so they'd want to be as relatable as possible, like, you know.
And he's like, have you got a phone box? Have you got sausage dogs? Have you got book me. You know what I mean?
That's what like Mickey Flanagan, when he was doing the Tree Arena, he was like, so I was talking to the Garda earlier on, you used to have Garda here, don't you? But like over there we just call the police, like in England, do you know what I mean?
But even that alone,
like, hey,
have you found lots of little skills like that to be able to kind of like catch a crowd or hook with a crowd?
100%. Like, you'd have like about 10 one-liners that would like break the ice when you first walk on stage. Like, so you'd walk out the crowd, like, who are they and all, and you'd look out for someone in a suit. Like I found like in the Laughter Lounge there's always some fella in a suit, and I'd be like, so who here is from a council estate? And everybody would be like, yeah, and then you'd look at the fella in the suit, well, you're not, because you're the only one in here wearing a fucking suit.
That you're going to court. It's on the way back in court.
No, I'm going to a wedding or up in court, like.
But that's it's something I'd love to do myself. I'd love to have a go. I'd love to do something for charity or something like that.
Yeah, but there's loads of things like that, like, where you can do little 5-minute sets. Like, I remember when I first did comedy, I had to do a 7-minute set, and I was sweating. I was like, oh Jesus, I don't even know any jokes, I haven't wrote a joke yet. And now I'm doing like an hour and a half on stage, and I'm like, am I going to fit all of this in? It's mad. Like,
and are you doing this in like guide, like, so say a word triggers off a whole story?
Yeah, so I'll have like I have like dummy speakers on the stage. This is from only me Vicar Street shows now. Like, and I'll have keywords, and I'd be like, right, that keyword is to cue off this big joke on a page, like, do you know what I mean? And so that's how I do me sets and stuff, like, or else I'll write keywords on my hands. You wouldn't be able to write a whole set like along your arm, do you know what I mean? People would be like, what's that on my fucking arm?
Inside of my arm.
Yeah.
A full joke.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
Like a leg and all.
But so like in my live show in Vicar Street, I do like a half an hour stand up, and I do demi characters. Like, I do 2 sketches, then there'd be a break, then 2 sketches, and then I'll finish off in a half an hour stand up. But like, people walking away from it said the sketches were hilarious, but Jesus, your stand up was amazing. Like,
I think that's because I was going to say to you today actually, and we'll see how it goes with it, because people after we put out this, they give, you should have did this, you should have did that, and some of the ideas are like, you should shut up, or some of them are, that'd be a great idea. To interview maybe 2 characters and then yourself, because I love the idea of seeing someone step outside that character, because there's been people that we've like been expecting to come in and meet, and then they've been like, how's it going, how's it, and you're like,
they're completely different.
I did not expect you to be that person. Now I don't even know what to ask you now.
But you know why I started off doing characters, and I actually still am very insecure about being myself on camera. It's because I used it as a way to hide behind someone. In case it backfired, I could just blame it on my character. Do you know what I mean? Brilliant. Like, I remember doing my first video, and it was Shanto, and it was about how she met her fella Anto, and and she was out one night with a man at the bingo, and she saw some fella getting bottled, and she was like, I'm gonna marry him, like, blood pumping down his face, and I was like,
that is fucking brilliant, isn't it?
Like, and I cringe now looking back at it, but I was like, people like really responded well. So like that's what it started me. I remember when I first uploaded my video, I slammed the laptop down and I was shaking. Like I still get butterflies when I upload my first like another video. Like it never goes away.
You put yourself out there, and the thing is, you're out there forever then as well.
Yeah, 100%.
I know exactly what you mean. Rory got us to do a skit while I was in here, when he was in here.
I seen it. Yeah. It was actually funny.
Oh, don't say that. I was like, Rory, don't put this out.
But see, it'd be hard for you. You're not used to seeing yourself all the time on camera.
So I can imagine what that feeling would be like. And then even Al Forlan as well. He's been in with us as well.
Yeah.
He done like the President Trump thing, and I'm sitting beside him, and all I can see in me is like, I'm just sitting here. Awkward.
Yeah.
But then when I'm looking at the video, I'm like, no one's even looking at you, Paddy, because you're not even looking at you. You're looking at him.
But it's like, if I was to do like a public speaking class, I would say to people like about standing up and speaking in public, like 95% of the time, like they're not thinking about Scarlett for her being up there. Like they're listening to what you're saying. Like, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
because you end up going into a reserved position if you
if you think too much, like.
Yeah, but there's a lot across the board that if somebody says it, that's on telly or on the, that's it. It's fact.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So sometimes a lot of people just take their information from that.
Yeah.
Where like more than likely you're probably only going to get a little bit of stick off somebody that. Probably your mates. My mates give me most stick about the podcast rather than anyone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyone else that does, we just. But
most of the time you get off people fair play. I wouldn't be able to do that. The amount of people who say to me, "How do you do it? How do you do it?" Like stand up there and tell jokes, and it's like it must be just built into me, like to like not care about it.
Charisma.
Do you know charisma? Yeah.
That's what I think it is, and you get a lot of charisma. I think a lot. I won't say counts in the States again, but I know loads of people that could be savage comedians. Savage footballers, savage actors, they just don't ever have the up and go. They just don't do it, you know what I mean?
Because Rory said that to me before as well. He's like, the amount of times I've sat in a pub with lads who are just fucking hilarious, and it's like, you'd sell out venues, like, and they'd never ever think in a million years, would you fuck off, I'm not going to stand on a stage, like.
Never. I had a mate, right, and first time I met the girl that I'm with now, we went to the Laughter Lounge. Right.
It's actually a really good night out for first day.
Brilliant. Like, as I said, a few times I go in there, scull 2 buckets of salt.
Yeah.
It's a great little night out it is. And like food after it and all, it's easy. You can get the bus home and all you can if you catch the right bus. But I went there with one of the boys, and I'm not messing. This guy is hilarious now. At the time, I think he was going off the rails, but now he's at the fixing himself up, and like he was funny at most of the comedians. Like, and he was drunk off his mad head as well, he was, and we had to get out there because the manager or whoever's in there said, Jay's going in, Paddy, it's sound like, and we were going in, sitting down, and then he was cracking up jokes at the comedians, like, right now he was
he heckling them, like,
was he? But he was funny as fuck. Rory's name is, because Rory's actually now as well, and he's sound, he is, right, a little bit drunk, and I had to leave for him, like, because other people were laughing, and I felt terrible for the comedians, because he was saying funny shit, like, and I can't even remember some of the stuff he was saying, but like, hilarious.
That's one thing I can say now. I haven't been heckled on stage. Like sometimes you will, like if you say something like who's from a council estate, like you'll get one cunt to be like, no, do you know what I mean? I'd be like, who said no? What did you do? Go around with a fucking survey, like, do you know what I mean? Like, you just have to be like, you always think you're never gonna be witty enough for a heckler, but you do. Like you'd be surprised that you can just think on the spot. But I have been heckled, like, you're shy, get off the stage, like that hasn't happened to me yet, and I think that's one of the things that puts people off doing comedy as well. Like,
is being heckled?
That was one of my biggest fears, that held me back, being heckled. Yeah,
no, that would get you. That would get anybody, I think, you know what I mean?
And like, if like in the Laughter Lounge now, like if someone's heckling, like the security come over and say, yeah, keep it down, I'll leave. But the places where there's no like control over that is nerve-wracking. Like one of the festivals I was at before, there was no security, and I went to watch one of the gigs there, and I won't say which comedian now, but some girl just kept shouting, and she must have went to a show the night before because she was shouting up the punchlines, and people were just getting really pissed off, like. And what happens is sometimes you're afraid to break the barrier and be like, look, as a comedian, look, people actually want to watch me and enjoy this, and then it kind of kills it then, you know. So if you keep addressing them, you're giving them the attention that they want. And then sometimes you just have a big major put down and it shuts them up for the rest of the show. Like,
that's a great one, you know what I mean? But like, you can never get yourself into, like, you know, if you put somebody in front of everyone like that, that's not used to being in front of everyone like that, all of a sudden you're probably fighting someone.
Yeah, that's what happens. Like,
You know what I mean?
sometimes if it becomes a shouting match and then people are like, oh, here, like, they're just kind of kills the mood, like, you know.
That's what I'm saying. It becomes like two people having an argument. And like,
yeah, it gets really uncomfortable for people. Yeah.
Like this. That's absolutely mad.
And I've had gigs where, like, now I'm lucky enough that, like, I have an audience, so people who pay to come and see me already know that I'm going to be funny.
Yeah.
But I've had gigs where, like, I'm in front of an audience that don't really know me, and, you know, they don't really know me humour, and it becomes really uncomfortable because they're not getting the jokes.
But that's good. Yeah, that's breaking outside the...
Yeah, and it toughens you, and you don't come off the stage thinking, I'm shy. You just think, right, well, you know, they just weren't the crowd for me. Like, you never blame it, like, they're just dry shite. Sometimes you can have it in an off night, like...
Well, it's all about the energy, I think, isn't it? Sometimes you can, like I know I'm teaching classes or whatever I'm doing, is like, if you had the energy, it just flies through, the time goes, the hour goes, it's easy, you know what I mean? Everything's perfect. But then if you have some days where you're just kind of like, you don't have the energy for it.
Yeah.
It can be hard, you know what I mean?
Like, I done, like, my own shows out in Ballymun in the theatres, like three sold out nights I did out in Ballymun, like, and people were paying to come and see me because they knew me. Then I did a charity gig in Ballymun, the same theatre, where there was a number of comedians, and I died on my hoe, like, out in Ballymun. Do you know what I mean? So it just goes to show, like,
it was Jason Bourne actually saying it was in Ballymun at that time.
Yeah, like, it was weird, and I was like, how are these not getting?
How
like
was
this?
that for you?
Yeah.
What do you mean? So tell me how
like...
You'll finish up, we'll wrap up and tell me this little bit of story. What would a comedian do if they were dying on the hole?
Like, you'll find that, like, a minute feels like an hour when you're on stage, and you tend to rush through your sex. You just want it to be over with. You're like, this feels fucking horrible. Like, but when you're actually, like, on a roll and the jokes are just landing, it's bang, 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 you want to just stay up there forever. Like, you're on such a high when you leave the stage. Yeah. But if you leave that stage and you didn't get the best out of it, like, it'd be on your mind for days, if not weeks, like, and you get really down over it, like. I think
because that the byproduct isn't it being a comedian, like depression.
You do have your highs and lows,
the highs and lows.
Like, you really do kick yourself, like, and you do have to just think, right, it's just another gig, you know. You just have to. Do you ever hear, like, leave your work behind you, just go home and try and, like, forget about it? Because when I do a Vicar Street gig, like, my mind has been going into overdrive. Now, all of them have been amazing, like, I've enjoyed all three of them. But you'll find even that when you go home, even though they've been amazing, your mind's still in overdrive. What could I have done differently? Like, it just, yeah.
Don't stop that.
Yeah.
Don't stop that. See that? That's what's being obsessed is.
I'm sure you get that after your fight, like, yeah.
I never, ever, ever, ever stop. Like, I started 7:30 yesterday morning, digging me garden, doing a trench in my garden, right, for the little granny flat I'm doing, right? And I finished yesterday probably at about 11:30 at night.
But that's how you know you're passionate about something.
Engage. And when I'm in bed last night, I'm thinking about techniques, I'm thinking about this today. So I prepped for this yesterday, in between all of that, eating sandwiches, listening to some Shanto videos.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
But that's how you know you're passionate about something.
It means that, I remember making a decision, I'm doing it, no matter what I'm doing. Yeah. Like, thinking about the back garden, right? Yes, there was a tree stump in my back garden, right? I told them on a fucking tree stump, you were getting out of there, and that's it. Tree stump into the ground, I had to dig this motherfucker out. We did, right?
Yeah.
But when I was putting it in the skip, the sense of accomplishment from getting that tree stump out of the garden, same attitude.
It does, yeah. It feels rewarding. And you know what, like, when I was in any other job, I used to be late all the time. Like, I'd be turning up 15 minutes late for work all the time. But I find with this, I'm always the first person at the theatre. I'm always the first person to turn up for rehearsals, because, like, I really, really love what I do. Like,
Deadly.
Do you know what I mean? And it's great to be able to wake up every day and actually do what you love, and, like, go to bed and think, I'm not dreading getting up.
That is awesome.
Do you know what I mean? Isn't it?
If you're out there and you're inspiring to become a comedian or anything what it is,
or dig a trench,
or get a tree stump out, that's what it's about. But the idea is that you can do it.
Yeah, you can.
But it's not going to be easy. You are going to get a little bit of hassle. You are going to get heckled. It is, but you will definitely, if it's for you, as they say, it won't pass you by.
Exactly.
That's a lie. Right? You have to go out and get it. Nothing is ever set in stone, and the entitlements to being able to do something is never going to be there.
Yeah, you have to go out and prevent it from passing by. Like,
absolute pleasure to have you on.
Thanks, Paddy.
Pleasure. Catch it on YouTube, Limor, iTunes, and wherever you get your pods.